Hello, it is I, Dr. Brian Lorgon 111, and welcome back to Fez, where I think we need to review what happened last time in episode 1. We are Gomez, a crazy little creature who lives in a village, and everything is 2D, except we end up getting a visit from a hexahedron, a cube, who shows us that the world actually has 3 dimensions. And the hexahedron was originally speaking in like a coded language. And so I have done the work to decode the language. It actually was pretty straightforward. I took some of the text off of the first couple of pages and was just kind of doing a frequency analysis to see if it seemed like it was English letters, and it looked kind of like it was. And then I looked at the word lengths, and it looked like it was probably just English text. And I saw that there were only 2 different one-letter words, and so I guessed it was probably I or A. And the very first word was 2 letters, with one of them ending in I or A, and I was like, what if the first word is hi, because someone's talking to me? And yeah, from there, the code was solved very easily. I did more work than I probably needed to do. But in any case, I think I have pretty much the whole alphabet. And so the text that we miss, that the hexahedron said to us, goes like this. Hi there, how are you? I will be your hexahedron today. So this is just a routine procedure, but I need someone here just in case something goes wrong. If something does go wrong, you're going to have to clean up the mess. Hey, wait a minute, can you even understand what I'm saying? And what is wrong with your head? Oh well, you're here now, might as well do this thing. Prepare to have your mind blown. And then that's the point where the cube like beams you up into the sky, and then like there's like little words encoded that are like floating down in the light beams or whatever, and the words are things like dimensions 3, dummy, world, in the. And so I think it's basically saying like there are 3 dimensions in the world, dummy, or something along those lines. Oh wow, the the game music on the title screen goes away for a while and then comes back. That's fine. Just caught me by surprise. Um, and so then after that scene happens, the hexahedron talks a bit more. All right, welcome to the club. Enjoy your free hat. I kind of thought maybe this would not work because of your weird head, but everything looks a-okay from over here. Thanks for the hand. You can go home now. It was very nice to meet you. But then we find out that something did go wrong. There's a little floating cube called Dot who introduces themselves and says that we need to collect 32 cubes, each made of 8 cube bits, which means we'll have to use our brains to solve 256 puzzles. Sounds a little bit familiar. There was also a treasure map in the village that I'm not even sure if it's like in my inventory or like if I can use it, but in the room with the treasure map there was like some weird stuff on the walls that I'm probably showing some screenshots of, and like there's text that I think is XYZ on one of them, but there's also some weird stuff with Tetris pieces and maybe encoding them somehow, and there were the Tetris pieces like in the stars in the sky. So I think there's some other hidden information basically that we'll be coming back to in the future. But that's a quick summary of everything that happened in the first episode because a lot happened. But I feel well prepared to press the button and start the game once again and see what we uncover now that we have gone outside of our own village. I'm apparently 3.1% done with the game. So let's continue. I've also upped the sound volume because I think the game sounds actually came through very quietly last time. Oh, and that's a nice pan. It just kind of like shows us everything that we'll be climbing on this tower, it looks like. And speaking of climbing, I guess that is what I meant to do here at the start. And I'm pretty sure I can rotate even while I'm climbing over here. Yeah, and so that works just fine. And then there's all these little squares and things on the side. They look very face-like to me. It's like, here's an eye that my head's in front of, and here's a mouth that I'm in front of, and here's the other eye that my head's in front of. And they are kind of like proportioned similar to the size and shape of my head, in terms of being like very long and rectangular or whatever. So I'm not sure exactly what to make of all that I'm seeing over here. I'm also not sure where I'm going to be going from here because it doesn't look like I can make this jump. Oh, but can I make this jump? I see. Okay, that's interesting. And then can I do this? Yes. Okay. So that is that a cube or a qubit? That's a qubit. So I need 8 of them to make another cube. Okay. So that's interesting. I can be in like a cutout in a couple of different dimensions, but I'm also kind of in the foreground because I can just jump in between these things. All right. I get the idea. And I also appreciate the fact that these are like music is rising. So we're just going through a normal kind of like music scale here. However, how am I going to... Aha! That works. And then from here... There we go. Dun 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 dun! Okay. From here, looks like this is a good angle to jump up here. And now that I have gotten a cube... Ah, I suppose that is a door that requires 2 cubes to open, based on what's here. And so I have 1, but I had 1 from earlier, and so it seems that my cubes are all accumulating. And so I presume I'm just going to go through this door? Whoa! So this is Dot, our little friend, who's here to help us save the universe from collapsing. Check this place out. Feels pretty important, eh? Let's have a look around, shall we? Oh, no way! It's another door! I told you there'd be lots of doors. This one requires 4 cubes. This one 8. And this one 16. This place, it's like some kind of important door place. Like a teleport hub, almost. Also, look at the symbol on the ceiling above the door. That looks interesting. It's actually very reminiscent of the shape of the village, I think. Oh, I don't know. That's why you're here. Now go find them cubes. Right. Something went wrong, there's a mess, and we're here to clean it up. Okay, so that door requires 4, and above it, I'm not sure what to make of it. This door requires 8. We have 2 of them that have lit up here, and above it, I'm not sure what to make of the symbols up there either. And this door requires 16. Yeah, and it shows us that we currently have 2, and above it... Yeah, I don't know. Alright. Well, I see a way to go, and so I'm going to go away and see where it takes me. Oh, and one more thing. If you press Y, you'll bring up the inventory. The inventory keeps track of the things you find, such as the treasure map. Okay, I'm done now, I swear. So if I press Y... which button was Y? Maybe this one? Cube shards. Does it have... Yeah, there's something else on the side of it as it comes around, but can I... Here we go. There's my treasure map. Okay, treasure maps. There's more than one. Oh, okay. So... Okay. I'm not really sure what to... Oh, and I can even, like, rotate it here. Interesting. Not really sure what to make of that. What else do we have over here? Artifacts. I don't know what artifacts are going to be. And a big bag of nothing, or perhaps some kind of like encoded Tetris piece message, who knows? Okay, so keys and cube shards, treasure maps, artifacts, and nothing. Okay. I think I understand how the inventory works. So I think this is a new door. So let's go into the new door. Dot is right in our face. And now we are somewhere else. We are somewhere else. Okay. There's a little froggy. Hi, little froggy. Also, there's a cube shard over there. Can I jump that high? Yeah. Alright. I got a cubit. Can I go in here? This is not a doorway, apparently. That looks like it might be a doorway, though. Let's try over here. Great. We found a room. And inside said room, it was like a doorway out to a lighthouse or something. Okay. Not sure what I'm doing. Playing a video game. Apparently. Allegedly. Okay. I occasionally see to the left and below me on the wall, like there's two squares like carved into the wall. There are various possibly environmental puzzles and cues that I might not be picking up on. I do think I'm getting the gist of the way that the rotation in this game works to make it kind of like a platformer where you can't reach the platforms until you change your perspective, and then you can. So that part feels good anyway. So we'll continue doing that. And is this a door I can go through? I can, and it just brings me out to the other side. There's some kind of symbol on that bell as well. Yeah, okay. So each of those symbols, like I think in the treasure map room, like corresponded to a Tetris piece. So there's a thing missing from the upper right there. There's just broken into 4 quadrants. I'm not sure if I've seen that one. There's this one that looks like kind of like a U. And this one that's just kind of divided horizontally. And apparently Dot has something to say about this bell. Ding dong! Ring the bell by pressing X in front of it. Right, I have an interact button, I forgot. Okay. That's loud. What did I accomplish? I do not know. What if I ring this one? Alright. What if I ring this one? What if I ring this one? They all make different sounds, and I'm not sure what to make of that. Also, I don't know that I could climb up to the top right now. I might be able to. Yeah, because these are moving up and down, and so if I wait for the appropriate bit of timing here, I should be able to make this jump, and then if I do this, oop, couldn't quite make that, but maybe I could rotate. So if I rotate my perspective, yes, this is much easier to make now. Okay, and then there is a doorway up here. So if I go in this door, we shall find... Okay, I'm just like traveling across space and then appearing in another spot. So there's a bit of things that I've left behind at this point. But such is the nature of more open-worldy exploration. And so let's just take things as they come. And eventually we'll go back and find the things we were missing. And so, tell me about this door. It's going to travel to just a different place. And there's another Tetris piece of sorts. And Dot, do you have anything to say about it? There's also, what is this? I wonder what this means. Oh, I can push these blocks around. Oh, and they are returning to their locations, it seems like. Can I push these as well? And am I meant to make the Tetris piece shape that is shown over here? Okay, these ones are not returning. So let's see, if I wanted to construct such a Tetris piece, could I do so? And I think the answer is yes. So I don't know if this is what I'm supposed to do, but now that I've discovered the art of pushing, I'm going to try it. And I'm guessing maybe if I were to interact on the center thing, it would reset the blocks into their original positions, perhaps. Can I push 2 blocks at the same time? Is a question I am curious about. But if the answer is no, it will make the puzzle harder to solve. So let's try to solve the puzzle in a way that does not involve that mechanic either way. Because I think I can do that. And I guess I'll kind of accidentally discover it right here if I keep pushing. And yes, I can push them all together. Okay. So it seems to me that if I push this one to the left, I will be able to construct the Tetris piece of destiny, and we'll discover if this actually means something. That looks pretty good. That's too far again. It didn't immediately, like, do a thing. So, suppose I stand here and press X. Yeah. B. I wonder what this means. Maybe I am not doing the right thing. Can I interact at any of these spots? I'm just talking to Dot. Opening my inventory is not going to help, I don't think. And is there any other buttons that I can think to press here? I don't think so. Let me look around. I don't see anything. And if I jump into the water... Oh, I can swim. I'm swimming. Look at me, I'm a swimmer. What happens if I go way far to the right? Can I bring my look to the right? The look does not want to change left and right. I'm out there somewhere. And now I'm coming back. So that's interesting. So... I'm really not sure what to make of any of this, though. But I don't think I'm making any progress here. If I were to exit this room and come back into it, would the room reset? And also, is that what the door looked like previously? Perhaps. The room did reset. I press the interact button and I can pick up the blocks. They are hard to lift. Okay, and also I forgot to ever try rotate. Oh, look at this. I forgot to ever try rotating. Okay. That seems like it might be important. Can I jump down with this and, like, notice that there's, like, a space kind of above me here, maybe? Okay. So... let's re-enter the room now with a different mindset. So, there is that Tetris piece. There's the L, there's another T, and there's the other L. And from all four perspectives, things look kind of similar. Oh, and there's like 8 or 9 of those little glowy things up there up top. But maybe I just need to get... Okay, here's an idea. What if I pick up one? It's very heavy. However, I can't jump very high, but I can probably jump this high. And then from here, I can probably jump this high. And then from here, I could probably drop it down. That's not a drop. How do I pick it back up? Ah! Oh, interesting. They kind of separated when I did that. So one of them wants to go back to where it was. So if I push this over here... Oh, now it stays there. Okay, so it does kind of like gravitate toward this position almost or something. But how do I get this one unstuck? Can I pick it up from the top? No. Can I pick it up from the side here? No. And if I try to pick this up, it's just pushing again. So I think by accidentally stacking them, I've done something wrong. So I'm going to exit the room once more. And so let's try things slightly differently. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to first push this one here so that it actually gets stuck there. Then I'm going to repeat my other operations and see if I get 3 of them sitting on the 3 lit things that we can see from this perspective. If something happens. And the answer is... maybe not. I guess I could try stacking. I can't stack the 4th one because I can't lift it up high enough. What if I change my perspective? From all the perspectives... Oh, that's interesting. From all the perspective... These, Is there a 3-dimensional space? Like, if I were looking from the top... where this makes sense, that these blocks ended up in these positions? I guess so. What does it mean? Oh, I can throw a fourth one up here. So that actually changes things a bit. So if I were to pick this up, suppose I stack it. If I press the button here, it does not do what I wanted to. Oh, wow. And now we actually have one of them in front of another. And that's stacked like that. Okay, I noticed that the middle block from this perspective is in front of the red lights. What happens if I push one of these boxes off? It goes into the water. Oh, and then reappears. Okay, so that might actually be a useful mechanic, potentially. So if I do the same thing over here... it reappears down here. Interesting. Okay. So is that a way to basically kind of like reset all the buttons? There was a block that was kind of in the background that kind of then became in the foreground, and yeah, like sometimes the blocks are like passing behind one another. I'm not sure exactly what to make of it. Okay, but that one just reappeared here. And I just want to see if this one's going to reappear in the center spot. No, it reappeared down here. Okay, so I guess those are kind of like their starting positions. Okay, I don't understand what's going on here after fooling around for quite a bit. I'll probably have edited some of it out because I wasn't really accomplishing anything. This is a puzzle we will have to return to, clearly. And so let's hope that there are other places I can go. So it does look like from up here I can climb higher up. So let's do that. And see where it gets us. So from here... ooh, there's a skull over there. And is this a doorway? Maybe, maybe not. And... okay. There's stuff on the other side I definitely want to get to. And the question is how I get there. So from here, I'm here. Is there a way... can I make this jump? I can make this jump. And there's a bomb, or a skull, maybe a bomb skull. But I can't seem to make that jump. And so how would I continue to ascend from here? I think I might need a bomb, and I would bomb through the wall and somehow end up on the other side. What other side? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing here. So I think maybe the correct thing to do for now is to go back and come back to this place later. And hope I can figure it out then. How did I originally get in here? Through here, I believe. So this should take me back to, yeah, the bell tower. So let's just continue to explore. There is nothing else at the top of the bell tower that I need to concern myself with, as far as I can tell. There's a doorway over here at the base of the bell tower that's... oh, this is the one that takes me over here. Or have I been here? I don't think I have been here before. Okay, so this is something new. It is a lone tree. Can I look around? I can, and I know that I can swim. So perhaps there is somewhere to swim to. But in what direction? Also, can I swim downward? Not that I can tell. So we'll try swimming to the right for a little bit. What happens if I change my perspective here? Oh, now I'm just back in front of... okay. Well, that gives me the freedom to swim as much as I want, because then changing perspective, I'll be basically right back where I started. Got some parallax happening in the background, it seems. Maybe. Not so sure about that now that I just said it. And I do think I swim faster by jumping out of the water. Alright, there doesn't seem to be anything over here to the right. And I guess I'll try going to the right in all four directions, and then rotating my view to the right each time. I notice in the canopy of that tree, there were like concentric light green, dark green, and there is a day-night cycle, and the stars are coming out, and they are Tetris pieces that are probably trying to speak to me and tell me something. The sky seems to be static in terms of what I'm witnessing with those pieces. But if I look back at the tree, yeah, it's kind of like a faint light green, dark green, light green, dark green kind of like outline on the plant. Oh, and there's also, there's like, rather than a Tetris piece, there's like 2 squares connected over there. Got a little bit of glare on the monitor, and so it's kind of hard to see everything that's happening in the sky. Oh, and I guess each perspective of the sky is giving me a different view. So there's some Tetris pieces on this screen. Okay. And there's some different Tetris pieces. And there's some different Tetris pieces in a single square. And then there's the 2 squares. Okay. So, other than witnessing the sky, I don't know that I've actually solved anything from this perspective. But we're continuing to... Oh! Gomez, watch out! What am I watching out for? Black holes. I guess that sounds like something one would need to watch out for. I note that I can, like, see stars, like, inside the blackness. Black holes are bad. And yet I'm not currently being gravitationally attracted to them. That's perhaps because I'm in a conversation with Dot, and perhaps once this conversation ends, things will become much more fearsome. Without the hexahedron, the world is growing unstable. Space can only be folded so many times before it rips. Space folded. Does that refer to me rotating the map, or is that just a thing that happens? Let's imagine it's me rotating the map. And let's see if I can break space-time by doing this. I don't know if that's what was happening, but it's good to experiment as we try to understand new game mechanics. That doesn't seem to be doing anything. What if I touch a black hole? I get sucked into it and it just kills me. Okay. Well, sure. That's great. I mean, it's kind of not great. It's kind of the opposite of great. So suppose I exit this area. Will there be black holes in other areas as well? And this is one where I believe I left a number of things behind, such as that cube that's obviously just right over there. And so if I want to get to there, presumably I do so by climbing here. Also, there are doors I have not been in. Also, there is some writing on this pole that I can now decode. So let me do that. It says room, R-O-O-M, on this pole right here that I'm standing in front of. And so here is a room, one presumes. So let's go inside said room. I also note a relative absence of black holes in this portion of the world, which I guess is a good thing. Is this a doorway that I can step through? I don't think so. I think it's more window-like. Can I climb up to here? I can. Alright. Well, we're just kind of adventuring. I just want to get a look around. There is a doorway on one side over there. There's also some kind of crate-looking thing. The Great Crate Debate. And I believe I could make a jump over here. And what has that bought me? That's bought me the ability to climb up here. There's a little down arrow thing, which is probably saying, you should put a crate here, and it'll weigh this button down, I imagine. Dot also has something to say. You don't weigh enough to push down the switch. You'll need something heavier. Something like, oh, I don't know, a crate? Alright, if I wanted to reach the crate, I would probably need to do some climbing first. There was the doorway to go through as well. But for the moment, I will focus on getting the crate and getting this qubit. And there's a treasure chest over here as well. Allegedly, there are artifacts in this game. Alright, there's not the cubit that I was originally aiming for, but we got one nonetheless. From here, I'm not sure that I have many good options, but let's try this. Ew. Oh, guess what? I did it. I'm the greatest. From here, I think this looks like my best option. Also, it gives me the opportunity to come interact with this chest. Nice! A treasure chest. To open it, face it from the front and press X. Or the left of 4 face buttons, the way I've got things on my controller. It's a key! I think that's my second key? Yeah. I had one previously, kind of left over from another area. There's another treasure chest over there on the left. Do you see that? Now it's over on the right. I don't think I can get there from here. Okay, but there's also a cubit. Oh, fortunately, I took a death because it's going to respawn me right here. That's why it's fortunate. And that is all 8. Neat. Now let's get back to the Great Crate debate. Which is... here's the crate. Okay, I have the crate. I know that I'm capable of picking up blocks, thanks to my previous encounter with the unsolvable Tetris piece puzzle. So I will pick up the crate, and then stand on the button. And as a result, a new doorway has entered the chat. You did it! I did do it. You found a secret passage. Was it that much of a secret? Alright, so there is a secret passage, and there's also this doorway. I'm going to check out this one first, and then we'll go to the secret passage. This one is taking me to another place, however. So maybe I will do the secret passage first. Because I don't think I've been here offhand. It's hard for me to tell what surroundings are familiar and which are not. But the secret passage seems like it's probably going to be like a little one-off room with some bonus treasure or something. Where was that secret passageway? It's right over here. So let's check it out first. And then we can head back through that doorway. The secret passage does also bring us to a whole nother area, it appears. So yeah, I need to figure out at some point a good way to find a stopping position. I'm not sure how to do that right now. There's like a bunny rabbit. If I could get up higher, I could get up to that cubit. There's another thing that I don't weigh enough. Can I pick up the snail or interact with it somehow? It doesn't seem so. I don't weigh enough to press down the button. There are platforms that are moving up and down. This is not a Mario game, but share some similarities. And the crate. Here we go. I think I found how to open... Oh gosh, I weigh so much. Alright, so I want to be doing something like that. Oh boy. This crate is really heavy. Presumably this is going to give me a way to reach that thing. Indeed. I think I have found another secret of one form or another. Let's get rid of this crate. It's bugging me. And now I'm capable of jumping up here. And also, in this three-dimensional structure, there appears to be another doorway. Alright, I've left a number of doors behind. Oh my goodness, it's another one of these rooms. Where this time I don't have a crate. Can I carry a crate through a doorway? Let's do one more little bit of science. There is a crate out here somewhere. I just used it to do a thing. Did the crate reset? The crate reset. Okay, let me go grab the crate again and see if I can carry it through a doorway. Okay, can I carry a crate through a doorway? It took multiple tries to get the crate over here, because I accidentally dropped it, and it appears the answer is no. I'm trying to go through the doorway, and I cannot. But then if I put down the crate, then I can go in. So the question becomes... Oh! There is a crate right here. Alright, it's less of a question then. And so presumably if I rotate my perspective, I will find a way to climb that involves small hops that I'm capable of doing. Okay, great. It was still important to do the science. Now we know that you cannot carry a crate through a doorway. But as a result, we have discovered an entire cube? That looks like an entire cube to me, not a mere cubit. And right, I am capable of jumping out of the water, so it's no great tragedy to fall in it. Is this an entire cube? You found 4 cubes. 4? Maybe I had 3, and then this one was my 4th? That sounds correct. So that was an entire cube as opposed to 8 cubits. Now you can open that door we saw earlier. You know, the one just outside your village. Okay. There is a black hole-like thing, but this one seems more portal-like, so I'm going to take this opportunity to... I was going to try to jump into it, or... Oh! I think I pressed the interact button, and that's what did it. So I jumped into a black hole portal that appeared once I had obtained 4 cubes. And it warped me to... Behold! A warp gate! But this one isn't working right now. You have to find other gates first. Then they'll connect to one another. So we have started to unlock some fast travel. And written here is text that says W-A-R-P. Warp. Alright. So it's even labeled for me. I'm glad I have this language, and I've got a little handy reference on my desk for decoding it. This is the one that said room, warp room. Okay, that's what the room is referring to. And what does it say over here then? That says warp again, and that says room again. So it's warp room, warp room. Okay, well, that seems like a great place to go ahead and call it an episode. I'm going to say that I hope, as always, that you all are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Fez, where the sunlight streaming through the very top of the screen looks very beautiful. For now, bye-bye.